Hello and welcome to a quick lesson on the triangle inequality theorem. Now you may be wondering, what is the triangle inequality theorem? A lot of complicated math here, you might think. Oh no, what is this? It's really simple. You'll notice that we have three sides to every single triangle. Yes, we have 1, 2, 3 sides. The triangle inequality theorem basically says if you take any two sides of a triangle and you add them up, it has to be bigger than the remaining side. So x plus y has to be bigger than z. Then if you were to take x plus z, the x plus z must be bigger than bigger than y. And then finally, if you were to take y plus z, that has to be bigger than x. That's pretty much what the triangle inequality theorem is saying. Now let's go ahead and let's see how this works with actual numbers. Okay, so here you have a triangle with three angles. You have, three sides, 9, 15, and 12. Yeah? Okay, let's try this out. We have to add each one of these together to see if each pair is bigger than the remaining side. So let's start with 9 plus 15. Well, 9 plus 15 equals 24. And 24 is bigger than 12. Yeah? So far, this works. But we need to do it with all the other sides as well. Okay, so we're going to try 9 plus 12. Well, 9 plus 12 equals 21, which is bigger than 15, the remaining side. Yeah? So far, so good. This works too. Now we're going to try out the last one. So for the last one, we're going to try out 15 and 12, the only two sides we haven't added together. 15 plus 12 equals 27, which is of course bigger than 9. So using the triangle inequality theorem, which sounds a lot more complicated than it is, we worked out, hey, this triangle works. It's okay. It passes the test. Notice how simple that is. You're just adding together two sides and finding out, hey, is it bigger than the remaining side? That's all. Let's try it out some more. So we want to find out, can this triangle exist? Is it real? Is it legitimate? Who knows? Let's try it out, okay? So basically, we're going to do the same thing we did in the last one. We're going to do 4 plus 9. Okay, so 4 plus 9 equals 13, and 13 is bigger than 6, the remaining side. Okay, this checks out. So far, so good. Let's do now 9 plus 6, okay? So let's work 9 plus 6, which equals 15. And 15 is bigger than the remaining side of 4. So far, this works out. Now let's check it with the last pair of sides we have to add up. So we're going to add up 4 plus 6. 4 plus 6 equals 10, which is bigger than 9. Yay, this triangle works. That's all there is to it. We're just finding out if these triangles are legit, if they can exist. Let's do another example. So for this one, we're going to try out the same thing, okay? We're going to add two sides together. Let's start with these, okay? We can start anywhere we want. We just have to do all of them. So 13 plus 6 equals 19, and I know for a fact that 19 is bigger than 5. So far, so good. Check. Okay, now let's do 13 plus 5. All right, so 13 plus 5 equals 18. So far, so good. Check. Because 18 is definitely bigger than 6, which is my remaining side. Yeah? Let's do the last one, because we need to do all of them. Let's just make sure. 5 plus 6, well, okay. 5 plus 6 equals 11. Ooh, there's a problem here, isn't there? 11 is not bigger than 13. So if even one of these three steps doesn't work, if any pair of sides is not bigger than the remaining side, this triangle cannot exist. It's a fake. Okay? Pretty simple to understand, I feel. Here, this is actually something we're taking it a step further, okay? Some questions are going to ask you to determine if a triangle can exist. And that you just have to add up two sides compared to the remaining side. You do it 3 times and your answer is yes, it works, or no, it doesn't. For this, if it's giving you two different sides of a triangle and it's asking for the remaining value of m, it could be a few numbers, but here's how you find it out. Basically, you take the two numbers that they've given you and you're going to go ahead and you're going to subtract them, and you're also going to add them. So 9 minus 7 will give me 2. Now 9 plus 7 will give me 16. All the possible values of m are between these two numbers. So the way I would write that mathematically is anything bigger than 2 but smaller than 16 could be my value for m. Now, in case you're wondering why, let's check it out. Let's plug in random numbers, because don't forget, we could have decimals or something like that. So let's say m is 2.1, yeah? Okay, so if I do 7 plus 2.1, 7 plus 2.1, well, 7 plus 2.1 is going to be 9.1, and that's bigger than 9. If I work the other way around, if I go 2.1 plus 9, 2.1 plus 9, that's going to be 11, and that's definitely bigger than 7, so that seems to work. And of course, 9 plus 7, which we just did up here, 9 plus 7 equals 16, and 16 is bigger than 2.1, for sure. Now let's say instead of 2.1, let's say I pick 2, which we already decided does not work because m has to be bigger than 2, not equal to 2. But let's say I pick 2, right? If instead of 2.1 I say m is 2, well 7 plus 2 is 9. And 9 is not bigger than the remaining side of 9. This doesn't work. This is just a shortcut that I've taught you here. This is a neat trick. If you need to find the possible values of a missing side of a triangle, just take the two numbers they gave you, subtract them, then add them. The missing value of the triangle, of the side length, will be in between those two numbers. It can be any number in between those two numbers. Let's see another example. So for this one, same exact trick. Actually, I encourage you to pause the video and try to work this out on your own. Okay, so we're going to subtract the two values we've been given, then we're going to add them. 8 minus 5 is 3, 8 plus 6 is 14. So the value of y has to be in between 3 and 14. So it has to be bigger than 3, but less than 14. That's how you would give your answer. It's a really simple, quick, easy trick. Okay? For here, we're going to do the exact same thing. Again, I encourage you to please pause your video and try to work it out on your own so you can practice. Alright, so I'm given two values. I'm given 11 and 2. Now, I'm going to subtract them and I'm going to add them. 11 minus 2 equals 9. 11 plus 2 equals 13. The value of b can be in between 9 and 13. So mathematically, 9 must be less than b, and b must be less than 13. That's it. That's all there is to this lesson, and I hope it makes sense.